Quiet, Piggy.
What's up, guys? Spenny. There are a lot of things that are very different in this Trump administration from the last Trump administration. Trump roasting reporters to their faces is not one of them. This is a practice that Trump has continued well into his new admin, and it's, well, increasing in severity.
She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This was Trump's first term, the glorious days, right before COVID hit, actually. Look at how happy we all were. Look at how boisterous President Trump was.
I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
It's fun. It's just a roast. It's just funny, you know? And it's continued, obviously. President Trump just savaging.
On tariffs,
No, not you.
No, not you.
that your national security advisor learned a lesson after a reporter.
Excuse me, I didn't pick you. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President,
I didn't pick you.
Very foolish. As a country, very foolish. And we're doing it now.
President Trump signing executive orders. Reporters start yapping. President Trump says, it's not country to speak.
Well, that's a good one.
Mr. President, you won the White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices go up.
Excuse me, we haven't asked you to speak yet, please. Right?
I don't care. I don't care. It's always going to be funny. It's never not going to be funny. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump is on a wild series of W's against the press, the media. Obviously, he's had hundreds of millions of dollars in lawsuits settled against the corporate press. And, well, that winning streak is continuing as Donald Trump ripped to shreds ABC News today in the White House after calling reporters piggies. Donald Trump says quiet piggy after being asked about the Epstein files on Air Force One.
Yeah, go ahead.
Incriminating in the files, sir.
Quiet, Piggy.
He says, quiet piggy.
Quiet, Piggy.
That's a new one we haven't heard before. What do you think about that? If you squeal like a pig, if you're constantly yelling and screaming at the President of the United States, then I guess you'd have to assume that he's going to eventually hit back. And is it fair game? Well, yeah, I believe in the First Amendment, sure. My favorite part of Trump 2.0 is he just doesn't treat the media as some important highfalutin class. He treats them how they deserve to be treated. Quiet piggy. It's fantastic. Quiet piggy. Excuse me. Yes, this is right. Quiet piggy. Trump completely loses it on female reporter. I don't think it sounds like he loses it. I think it's kind of funny, obviously. I mean, the same people that are going to be outraged by this were not outraged when Joe Biden called Peter Doocy of Fox News a son of a bitch, which he did, and attacked Peter Doocy pretty much with every single time he took a question. But it was Joe Biden. Whatever. Stressful job. Lefties and useless rhinos sorts are losing their minds because Donald Trump said quiet piggy. It's actually really funny. And I'll allow it. Okay. President Trump backlash to quiet piggy. I guess this is the reporter. All right. Bloomberg reporter. Legacy media has called Trump Hitler and Nazi for years, and he says quiet piggy. Well deserved. Watching Donald Trump tell a reporter quiet piggy is hilarious. He just said quiet piggy. The goat. Jake Tapper. Very angry, disgusting, and completely unacceptable. Jake Tapper called Trump a Nazi, a white supremacist, an insurrectionist for the better part of the last 6 years. This is actually killing me. How does he do it? I heard this in the moment and frankly thought Trump said Peggy and assumed that there was a reporter there. completely shocking. Blue sky is melting down over it. Quiet Piggy. So this is they're using doctored images of Donald Trump. Well done. What the actual hell? Everyone should just reply Quiet Piggy to all of his posts. Great. I'm sure. Fantastic for you. Listen, Donald Trump's been on a historic tear, and he has at the White House today the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. This is quite the procession to lead the prince into the White House, President Trump, with the full military regalia outside of the house, the horses and the fife and the drum, and, well, Saudi Arabia. You can see J.D. Vance there. Saudi Arabia, obviously very important, what they call it, regional partner, like the entire administration's there, right? You have Secretary of War, Marco Rubio, and then there's the Crown Prince. And, well, two very important things. One, the way that Donald Trump greeted the Crown Prince, the way that the Crown Prince greets Donald Trump here is quite different. I see if you can spot the difference. See if you can spot the difference here between this greeting. This is relatively warm. And this greeting, when Joe Biden went to Saudi Arabia to beg on his arthritic knees for more oil or something.
Drew criticism for this moment, a fist bump with...
Yeah, just a hair, just a touch different. Yeah. Also a touch different, obviously, is Donald Trump just going scorched earth for 3 straight minutes on an ABC News reporter. A reminder that ABC News, again, has settled $15 million defamation ruling against them. I guess it wasn't really a ruling. They settled out of court, but nonetheless, they had to pay Trump a fortune. I have constantly reminded the Trump family that they should be naming a fake news wing of the Trump Presidential Library and using that money to pay for it and saying sponsored by ABC News and others who've paid out Trump. Here's one that is for the ages. Trump's 3-minute scorched earth takedown of ABC News live from the Oval Office.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched up. Somebody psychs you over at ABC. You're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter. As far as the Epstein files is, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. And I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton. Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax. And ABC's, your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something.
So why not just sign it now?
I think the license should be taken away from ABC because your news is so fake. And it's so wrong. And we have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that. Because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible. And you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep of the fund guy was with him all the time. What's his name? Who? Reid Hoffman. I don't know Reid Hoffman, but I know he spends a lot of money on the radical left. Reid Hoffman, in my opinion, should be under investigation. He's a sleazebag. And those are the people, but they don't get any press, they don't get any news, and you're not after the radical left because you're a radical left network. But I think the way you ask a question with the anger and the meanness is terrible. You ought to go back and learn how to be a reporter. No more questions from you. Who else has a question?